So, the bomb dropped that PlayStation is now the new home of Call of Duty, and the Xbox community is crying and whining and bitching because MLG might be switching to PS4, and all of their hopes and dreams of becoming pro gamers are now going to rely on them switching over to PlayStation in order to compete. Now, there's a bunch of retards. I know I don't use that term loosely because these people literally must be retarded, who seem to think that playing on Xbox automatically makes you a better and more competitive player than if you play on PlayStation. And these people think that by default, the PlayStation community is less competitive than the Xbox community. So let's just get some facts out of the way here. For one, PlayStation has been around a lot longer than Xbox. PlayStation gamers have been playing and mastering FPS games before Xbox even existed. Before the first Xbox even launched, PlayStation gamers were already slaying in games like Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem, Rainbow Six, Medal of Honor, and a whole bunch more. Okay? The only reason competitive scene grew on Xbox is because MLG partnered with Xbox. It doesn't automatically mean the Xbox community is competitive and the PS scene isn't. Another fact is that the last 3 Call of Duty games have sold more copies on PlayStation consoles than they have on Xbox. And the PlayStation community currently has the largest Call of Duty fan base, and that trend is likely to continue into Black Ops 3. So if people really want to prove that they're the best, it would make sense to do it on the console in the community that has the most players in it. I mean, you could be the best out of 30 million, or you could be the best out of 15 million. One of those stats is obviously more prestigious than the other. So Nadeshot posted a video, and he seems to be convinced that MLG is definitely going to be played on PS4, and guess what? He doesn't seem to give a shit. He seems perfectly fine with it. And the thing is, MLG has been so stale over the past few years because it's only been Xbox players who have been competing. So these so-called world champs of Call of Duty aren't true world champs. They're just paper champs because all they did was compete against other Xbox players. They didn't compete against PS players or PC players or even Nintendo players. And if you're going to call yourself the best in the world, then you have to beat everyone, not just some of them. But when everyone else is excluded from your competitions, it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of like the winners of the Stanley Cup. If they started saying that they're the best in the world because they won the cup. No, they're just the best in the NHL. You have to win the Olympics or the World Championships where the best players from every league all over the world compete against each other before you can truly say you're the best in the world. I'd say bringing PlayStation to the competitive stage is going to add a new level of competition and give the largest console fan base of Call of Duty a chance to compete competitively in Call of Duty. And Xbox gamers can still compete, but they just have to adapt to the PlayStation console just like PlayStation gamers had to do over the past several years. You're going to have to adapt to the new console, the new controller, and all that stuff. PlayStation gamers have had to do it, now you have to do it. As gamers though, we are either good or we're not. We're either competitive or we're casual. And of course these are just kind of extremes that I'm mentioning, but the bottom line is these things aren't defined by what console we play on. You know, you're not good just because you play on Xbox, and you're not casual just because you play on PlayStation. There's a lot of casual Xbox gamers, and there's a lot of really good pro-level PlayStation gamers. But Xbox players seem to be stuck in this delusional world that just because competitions are held on Xbox, that means only Xbox gamers are good enough to compete competitively. And there's zero logic in that. It's stupid and it's ignorant. And it's hard for PlayStation gamers to establish themselves as pro-level competitors when they aren't allowed to play competitively on their console of choice. And the entire MLG scene is catered towards Xbox as far as Call of Duty goes, but it doesn't mean Xbox players are better. It just means that in terms of competition, they've been favored over the past several years. So here's the bottom line. Stop your fucking whining. You sound like a bunch of babies. Your dreams of being pros on Call of Duty can still be realized. You'll just have to do it on a PlayStation instead of an Xbox. And for all of you brain-dead idiots who think the PlayStation community is full of noobs with no competitive players, then this should be a good change for you, because it's not going to be easier for you to reach your goals of pro status among a bunch of newbie casual PlayStation gamers, right? Yet it seems like you're all scared shitless of this big change. So, yeah. The PlayStation community is strong. We have gamers of all calibers and all skill levels, and it's about time that some of us had our chance to show what we can do on the big stage. It's about time the platform with the largest Call of Duty fan base started being treated like the #1 Call of Duty community in the world. For 7 years, these hypocritical Xbox fanboys enjoyed being favored and catered to, and now the shoe's on the other foot, and this tsunami of salt is pouring in because they've invested into their Xboxes, and it's all going down the drain. Well, too fucking bad. You're all a bunch of bitches and pussies. I'm Vile Self. If you agree with me, be sure to leave a like on the video. But if you're a salty Xbot who's afraid of MLG being played on a PS4, then go ahead and give me the thumbs down. I don't give a shit. It's just proving how salty and bitchy you are. PlayStation Nation is coming for you, and it's pretty damn clear how scared you chumps are. But that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time, villains. Later.